Have you ever felt a chill run down your spine for no reason? A sudden, cold dread that whispers something is wrong. This story is about one of those moments. A moment that started with laughter and ended in a silence so deep, it swallowed everything. It was our annual get-together, a tradition we'd held since college. We were at the Old Lantern, our favorite dimly lit pub, the air thick with the smell of old wood and spilled beer. This year, though, the mood was different. So many faces were missing. Some had moved away, some had drifted apart, and some were gone for good. There were 5 of us left. Me, Sarah, Ben, Chloe, and Alex. We'd managed to keep the flame of our friendship alive, against the winds of time. The table was filled with half-empty glasses and shared plates of food, but there was an empty space in our conversation. A void left by the ones who weren't there. Max Asanda, Ben declared, raising his pint. He always tried to lighten the mood with humor, even when it was tinged with sadness. We all chuckled and raised our glasses. To the ones who couldn't make it, Sarah added, her voice a little softer. We clinked our glasses together. It was a familiar ritual, a toast to the absent. But as my glass met the others, I noticed something odd. Alex was holding his glass, a full pour of his favorite whiskey, but he didn't drink. Jesus smiled a faint, almost transparent smile, and lowered his glass back to the table, untouched. "Aren't you drinking, Alex?" Chloe asked, tilting her head. Alex just shrugged. "Someone's got to stay sober to make sure you all get home," he said with a wink. It was a typical Alex answer, always the responsible one. We didn't think much of it. The conversation flowed on, weaving through old memories and new plans. We laughed. We argued about silly things, and for a little while, it felt just like old times. We were kids again, immortal and unbreakable. But every time we raised a glass, the same thing happened. Alex would lift his fingers wrapped around the cool crystal, but the amber liquid inside never lessened. His lips never touched the rim. He was present, he was laughing, he was part of every story. But he was separate from our toasts, a silent observer in our ritual of remembrance. As the night wore on, a strange feeling began to creep over me. The pub, usually so cozy, felt cavernous. The shadows in the corners seemed too deep and too stretch. I kept glancing at Alex's full glass. It sat on the coaster like a monument, a perfect, undisturbed pool of gold under the dim lights. It felt wrong, unnatural. The final toast of the night was proposed by me. "All right, one last one," I said, my voice a bit thick from the drinks. "To us. To sticking together, no matter what." Everyone cheered and raised their glasses high. "To us," they echoed. I watched Alex. He raised his glass with everyone else. Our eyes met across the table for a fleeting second. His gaze was distant, sad. He gave me that same faint smile, then lowered his glass for the last time. Still, full. The next morning, my phone buzzed with a notification. It was from our group chat. The message was from Sarah. 3 words that made my blood run cold. "Alex is gone." I called her immediately. Her voice was a wreck, torn apart by sobs. She told me Alex had passed away in his sleep. The doctors said it was a sudden, unexpected heart failure. It happened around 10:30 last night. 10-30. I froze, my mind racing. I checked the timestamp on the photos Chloe had been taking all night. At 10:30, we were in the middle of our toast. The one Sarah had proposed. To the ones who couldn't make it. My hands were shaking as I scrolled through the pictures. There we were, smiling, our faces flushed with warmth and friendship. And there was Alex, right in the middle of us. He was smiling, too. But in every single photo, from the very first one taken when we arrived, his glass was completely, utterly empty. I zoomed in, my heart pounding against my ribs. It wasn't just that he hadn't drunk from it. The photos showed his glass was empty from the start, but I had seen the bartender pour it. I had seen the golden liquid sloshing inside as he carried it to the table. I had seen it sitting there all night, full to the brim. The photos told a different story. In the frozen moments of the camera, his glass was a void. A clear, stark emptiness. We gathered at Sarah's house, all of us in a state of shock and disbelief. We looked at the pictures together, passing the phone around in silence. Ben, always the skeptic, tried to rationalize it. "It's the light," he said, his voice weak. A trick of the reflection, a weird angle. But we all knew it wasn't. We had all seen his full glass. We were all there. Yet the digital proof in our hands showed a ghost. Chloe remembered something else. "When we were leaving," she whispered, "I gave him a hug. He felt cold. Not like winter cold, but empty, like hugging air." We tried to piece it together. The full glass that was never full. The smile that never quite reached his eyes. The way he participated in everything except the one thing that bound us together that night. The toast. A toast for the absent. Had he been there at all? Or was it just his memory, his echo, wanting one last night with his friends? Was he already one of the absent ones we were toasting, sitting among us as his own spirit? The realization settled over us, cold and heavy. We had been toasting the missing, and one of them was sitting right at our table, trying to tell us he was already gone. He couldn't drink to the absence because he was one of them. You can't toast yourself. We never went back to the old lantern. The tradition died with Alex. Sometimes, when friends gather and a glass is raised, I feel that same chill from that night. I see Alex's faint smile, his sad eyes, and the untouched glass of whiskey. A silent warning, a final, heartbreaking goodbye. The next time you make a toast to friends who aren't there, take a careful look around the table. Make sure everyone with you is really, truly there. Because sometimes, the people we miss the most are closer than we think, sitting in the silence, waiting for a toast they can never join. So, be careful who you toast to, and whatever you do, toast, but never in their name. Thanks for listening. If this story sent a chill down your spine, hit that like button and subscribe for more tales from the shadows. Stay safe out there.